Hey Keller Williams, it's your tech trainer Josh Abbott here today. I'm going to be spending some time with you all to really walk through in depth our commissions and compliance process. And for this, we're going to be using the Opportunities applet within Command primarily, as well as DocuSign. Now, this is going to be one of those lessons that's very important. This is something that all agents will have to do in one capacity or another. So it's just very important you take some time to sort of walk with this, sandbox it, practice, and learn these processes very well. So that way you can hop into an actual real transaction knowing exactly what you need to do. I am going to be splitting up this video into two different parts. The first part will be doing a very little amount of configuration, creating the opportunity, and then creating our DocuSign room. And then the second part is going to be importing documents inside of Command, and then your commission request. Well, without further ado, I think it is time to get rolling. So if you haven't already, go ahead and log into Command. The website for that, if you don't remember, is agent.kw.com. You can go and punch that in, hit your login, and it will go ahead and bring you inside the Command platform here. Now, the first thing that we need to do is make sure your DocuSign account is properly set up. So what you want to do is click your name in the top right corner and go down to Settings. Now, if your DocuSign is properly set up, you will see a DocuSign connection right here on the top. It'll say connected under its status, and this will show your KW email address. Now, if this doesn't show your KW email address, that means you're likely working out of a personal DocuSign account, which isn't inherently wrong, but it works a lot better if you use your KW account for that. And to simply do that, I'm going to disconnect my account just so you can see that process. But you'll go ahead and scroll all the way down to this digital signatures and transaction settings, hit connect account under DocuSign, and then you'll be asked to create your DocuSign account. I would go ahead and if you're unsure where your DocuSign account is, go ahead and send this registration email with your KW account there. If you've already registered that address, you're going to get an error showing that you already have an active account, which means you can instead log in here. So you go out, log into DocuSign, and then you'll be doing your password, account, and all that jazz there. A couple screens to finish up, and then potentially a verification code. Go ahead and grab that from my email real quick. And we will get going. All right, so now our device has been verified. We're gonna see this page over here refresh on the right in just a second. And then we see right up here, we have DocuSign under the connected applications section. And we can see I have our KW email address and our connected status there. And at that point, you are totally good. There is no other DocuSign setup to do. Let's go ahead and hop right into opportunities. So if you are new to Command or really unfamiliar with all these buttons on the left side, if you hit the red KW in the top corner, we can see the full name for all of the applets over here, and we are going to be hopping into the Opportunities applet. Now, there's going to be a lot of information presented to you on this screen. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about it strictly for what we're going through today, but I definitely encourage you to hop through and look at Marty Miller's 66-day challenge about the Opportunities applet so you can fully understand and learn how to utilize this really incredibly powerful feature within Command. But for our instance here, what we're going to do is hop over on the right side and create an opportunity. If you're looking for an existing opportunity you've already created, you can easily find it under All Opportunities, and that's going to show you all the open opportunities you have here. Mine are a bunch of test opportunities. Yours will look a lot cleaner than this. But you can search by the address. You can search by the contact record that you have assigned to it and things of that nature. But we're going to go ahead and bounce right back into this main Opportunities applet, and we'll hit Create Opportunity here. Now, on this module, there are 4 things you're going to have to enter in every single time. The first part is the opportunity type, whether it's a buying, listing, landlord, or tenant. So buyer listing for the most part will suffice. And then you want to put your client name in here. Now, if you have your client added to your contact record, like I have all these test clients here, you can go ahead and select it and it'll auto-populate their email address and phone number. Now, if this is a client that you do not have in here, you'll be given the opportunity to add a new contact, in which you can then enter in the email address and or phone number here. I definitely would add the information here. It's going to make things a lot easier for you in the upcoming steps. But I am going to go ahead and use my existing test account here. I'm going to have to really quickly close that. We'll type in test, and I have my test account set up for my client. And then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, set our commission rate, 3% is fairly common. And then you need to update this opportunity phase to active. Now, this is very important if you're not doing the entire, phases, cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, close. If you're just using this as document storage for your commissions and compliance, go ahead and set this to active and forget about it. Now, once again, that's going to be setting your opportunity type, your client information, your commission rate, and your opportunity phase, and then you can go ahead and create. All right, so we are here on what I call the opportunity detail page, and we know that because we have this detail tab highlighted here on the left. And what we want to do, the first thing you always have to do, and so this is my moment where I say, stop, look up at the video, pay attention. The one thing you have to do here every time is put information in this property box. Without that, you will be unable to submit your commission request, and you'll miss out on a lot of the autofill features that Command has to offer. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this pencil icon just to the top right of that box. And then I'm going to enter in the address for what we're looking at. And I'm just going to look for 123 Main Street. Let's go for Rockford today. And then you can see that we'll pre-populate the information, country, address, city, town, county, state, and zip code. And then we can go ahead and save it. And we can see right here, we have that property information populated. And then up in the top left corner, we can see the assigned listing. And then right here is the assigned client. That is the only thing you have to do on this opportunity detail page. If you do want to scroll down and fill out some marquee dates, some party information, the seller worksheet, etc., you can fill out all this information here, but just note this is for reference information. This is not going to feed in and cause any calculations or other data points down the road. And the last thing we have on this details page is going to be this lost opportunity toggle. Now, this opportunity is for when you have an opportunity or a deal that is completely dead in the water. It doesn't mean that an offer was rejected or that a potential buyer wants to look at a different property. This means that this client, my 123 testing client, or your John Doe or whatever, is no longer in the market to do business with you for whatever reason that may be. They could have purchased something with a different agent. They could no longer be interested in purchasing or selling their home, whatever that may be. That is when you indicate it as a lost opportunity. All right, that's the easy bit. Now we get to the little bit more tricky part here, and that's going to be the Documents tab. Now, a couple things to look at here before we do anything, and this is the second and final time that I'm going to say, stop, pay attention, look at your screen here. So what we're looking at is going to be our document checklist, and a lot of people automatically see this Start a Transaction button here on the right side and want to click that and start their transaction. Now, while that's not an inherently wrong thing to do, you do miss out on a few nice features that we have within Command to do that. So the first thing we're going to say, as this text says in the middle, the first thing we're going to do is pick our checklist type over here on the left. This is going to indicate what type of checklist we need to generate, and this is in turn going to tell us the required documents for the transaction. So we'll begin this today by selecting residential, and as this is a listing, we're going to see all of the required documents for the listing. And then if I hit under contract on the left side here, we'll see all the documents required once they are under contract. And then here we'll see all of the post-close documents, the DA, and then all of the summary statements here. Once we're looking at a checklist, and I guess another note for if you're on the buyer side, it's going to have a different checklist item here. Rather than listed, it will say consultation. And when you're in consultation, there will be no checklist items down in the bottom right because there's no required documentation for that portion of the process. If you want to go ahead and upload documents here for storage under that consultation section, you absolutely can do so, and I'll show you how to do that in just a couple moments. But typically during that consultation section, there will be no items you need to upload. Now when we're looking a bit more at this checklist in the bottom right here, we can see the status. This is whether it will show you if it has been submitted, returned, or approved, or obviously in the not uploaded state. And if you do submit a document and it's returned for any reason, usually that means you're missing some crucial piece of data for that document to be approved. And most of the time is there's a signature missing, there's an initial missing, or you forgot to upload the proper version of the document. I'll show you how to preview those documents in just a moment to make sure you have the right document. But when it's rejected, you'll get a little notification icon next to the rejected statement here, as well as you'll get a bow icon, a notification in the top right corner of command, and you'll get an email as well letting you know that it was returned. Now, we at the Market Center level are required to tell you why the document was returned, so plain and simply hover over that information icon that'll appear here, and you can go ahead and fix the listed problem. Other than that, we have our document type here, so what the document is looking for in this slot over to the right, so the disclosure, that listing agreement, seller's disclosure, and so on and so forth. All right, so if you're at the point where you have your documents downloaded on your computer for whatever reason, say you did a bulk download, or you have them transferred from another agent, we can get these files in here very easily just by doing some drag and drop actions. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and click, let's say we want this disclosure regarding real estate agency relationships, and we're going to click this and look at our file. And actually I do have a disclosure there, so I can go ahead and click on this, and we'll see here it is going to go ahead and upload that document here. Now what you can do, and what I encourage you to do, especially for the first few times you're looking at this, go ahead and click that button, the name of the document here on the right side, which is going to generate a document preview in which you can review and see if you have your signatures. And we can see here we have our radio buttons filled out as we should, but we have no signatures on this document. Now this is just an example document for what I'm working on today, but this would be an instance in which this document would obviously be rejected. If for whatever reason you then need to change the document, you can hit this 3 dots to the right side. This is known as the ellipses icon, and it's going to show you this submenu to remove the document or to go ahead and print this file out as well. Now, when it comes to this ellipses icon, I do want to make a quick note because you will see this, we see it right here. You're going to see this in a couple places all throughout Command. And anytime you see this 3 dots, I'm going to say click on it. That means there's going to be a hidden menu here that has additional functions and features that are going to be very, very useful for your business operations in general. So I definitely encourage you to click on those and understand all of the options available to you. If you're in this instance in which you need to go ahead and upload an additional document for whatever reason, this could be an addendum, this could be any of those non-standard items, let's say it's under the consultation section versus the listed section, we can do that as well by hitting this ellipses button. Then we have this add document feature here, or if you want to attach multiple at one time, you can use the split and attach PDF function, but we can add a document. Let's say it's an addendum for listing agreement addendum. Document type is going to be an addendum. If I want to put any notes on there, I can, and then I can go ahead and select that file as well. And we'll go ahead and say, boom, this is the file we want to use. We will go ahead and save that. And then now we can see right here at the bottom, we have under additional documents, the listing agreement addendum. And then if we click on this document here, it's going to show me what I just uploaded, which is a slideshow. All right, cool. So that is how you can go ahead and manually upload files into Command without using the DocuSign or .loop integration. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and use those, which I highly encourage you to do that, what you're going to do here is you're going to go ahead and select your checklist like you would. So we finished our details section. We're going to roll back the clock a little bit. We hopped over to our Documents tab here, which will be empty in the bottom right corner. We'll go ahead and select our checklist here for residential. And then we can go ahead and hit this Start a Transaction button now. I have both DocuSign and .loop connected, so I'm going to go ahead to DocuSign. And now this is going to think for a quick moment, and it's going to go ahead and create that room. And this room is automatically going to have all of our documents loaded without us doing a thing. It really makes this entire document process very, very easy. And we can see right here, those are automatically loaded for us. Then we can go ahead and set up, do our configurations on them, and set them out for signatures. All right, and that is going to be the end of part 1. I'm going to do a really quick 30-second recap on this process just so you can sort of review what we're doing here. So the first thing we do is hop into our Opportunities applet, create our opportunity, select our opportunity type, our client, put our commission rates and opportunity phase to cultivate, and create. In this property box, we're going to put in our street address, so 123 Main, and Lowell, we're going to do today, and we'll save. And we're going to go to our document section, hit our checklist as residential, and we are going to start a transaction within DocuSign. And that's it. That's everything we covered so far. It literally takes a couple seconds to get rolling into this point for you to be ready to send out signatures. And once again, we did select a buyer side sale here. So we have this consultation checklist, which is empty right here. But if we happen to under contract, this is where we have all of our files. All right, and that's what I have for you for the moment here. Once again, thank you all for taking the time to actually educate and learn this pretty critical process. As always, please let me know if there's anything I can help you out with. You'll have all my contact information already. And either way, I hope you have a stellar day. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in part 2.